Hi, I'm Nick Smith from Square Pegs Coaching, and as part of my work over the last years working with leaders and with their teams, I've talked about the concept of psychological safety quite often, and I thought it would be good to do a bit of a video to explain what do I mean when I talk about psychological safety, and as leaders, what can we do to bring it about. Inclusion safety. I have quite a vivid memory of being in Senegal, kind of on tour with Tata Dinding Jobarteh's band, and dancing in the crowd and feeling completely included. The only white face in this Senegalese kind of concert audience, and yet here I was at one with them. And for me, that always speaks of inclusion and acceptance and to a certain extent equality despite our diversity. You can see from the diagram that there are these 4 stages, and the basic level is inclusion safety. We want people to feel included, and if you look at this table that comes from Timothy Clark's book, you know, we talked about respect and permission are things that people require, and for inclusion safety, simply they require the respect for their individual humanity. They are people. But secondly, we give them permission to interact with me as a human being. And once we have these, then we have this social exchange for inclusion in exchange for human stature and the absence of harm. Diversity is a fact. You know, we are all different people. And so inclusion is a choice that we're continually making, or not. And it's about actually including people, humans. We need to activate our humanity, because once we dehumanize, that's when things go wrong and we bring in hate and harm. So differences can come from all sorts of different places, and it's not about necessarily understanding, you know, because some of them are deep and different and cultural and whatever, but it's about being sensitive to differences, and it's about kind of holding back our natural suspicion and judgment of that person's different to me, or I don't know that person. And holding that at bay just for long enough for us to get to know them as a human being. And to maybe grow to see some of their strengths and appreciate them, but actually first of all, it's about them as a human being. We want to look at people as people of worth. Not necessarily of worthiness, not how good can they be for me. And then start to think, okay, these are people that I can value because they are people. And so I suppose tips would be, yeah, get to know people before you make any judgments about them. Yes, there's the whole thing about first impressions. Yes, we will have those in the back of our head, but try and put them to one side and still get to know the person, so you know and understand who they actually are. Listen to what they're really saying. And I suppose as part of that, deliberately show them that you value them as a human. Yes, I know that I value them, but are they aware of it through what we say and what we do? So my challenge to you would be, you know, when you look at someone in your team, what do you see? Is it a valuable human, or are you simply looking at what can they do for me?